Have you ever stopped to watch a single ant? It marches with such purpose, a tiny speck of life on a grand mission. Where is it going? What important task is at hand? We often see them as mere specks, scurrying across our patios and kitchen floors. But beneath our very feet lies a world as complex and bustling as any human city. A hidden metropolis teeming with lives, each with a role to play, a duty to fulfill. This is the world of the ant, a subterranean kingdom of tunnels and chambers, organized societies that stretch far beyond what our eyes can see. It's a world of intricate rules, silent communication, and extraordinary collaboration. With Jar of Ants as our guide, let's venture into this remarkable domain. Imagine descending into the earth, leaving the sunlight behind. The soil gives way to carefully constructed tunnels. These are not random burrows. Some lead to vast pantries filled with food, others to nurseries where the young are tended with care. Queen Chamber. There are even refuse rooms. Their cities are clean by design, built by countless tiny architects over millions of years. Welcome to the hidden metropolis beneath your feet. This is Jar of Ants, and this is just the beginning. At the core of every ant metropolis, hidden in the safest chamber, resides the queen. She is not a ruler in the human sense, issuing commands or wearing a crown. Her power is far more fundamental. She is the mother of all, a marvel of biology, a dedicated egg-laying machine, capable of producing thousands of offspring over decades. Her story starts in the open air, during the nuptial flight. She mates, lands, and sheds her wings, then embarks on a perilous, solitary mission. She digs, lays her first clutch, and survives on the energy from now useless wing muscles. She raises her first brood alone, feeding them with her own saliva. These daughters are her lifeline, the foundation of an empire. Once workers mature, the queen retires to a single duty, laying eggs. Her entourage brings food, cleans her, and carries her eggs to safe chambers. From this dark room, her influence radiates, shaping the destiny of thousands. Her pheromones maintain cohesion and order. She is more than a mother. She is the living symbol of the colony. Question for you. Which role in an ant colony fascinates you most? Queen, worker, or soldier? Tell me in the comments. Protect the queen and the city thrives. If the queen is the heart, the workers are the lifeblood. Sterile daughters who toil from the moment they emerge. Roles are fluid and change with age. Young workers start safely inside as nurses, feeding and grooming the brood. With age, tasks move outward, nest maintenance, excavating and repairing passages, expanding the city one grain at a time. Sanitation crews prevent disease by removing refuse and bodies. Oldest workers become foragers, facing the most peril. Elements, predators, and the risk of getting lost. Spiders, birds, and lizards take their toll. Some colonies field soldiers, big heads, bigger bite. They inspect every ant, defending against intruders. Frontline defense in wars with rival colonies. Workers and soldiers together are the engine of the ant world. Their collective effort makes the colony a single superorganism. Quick challenge. Could you spot a nurse versus a forager by behavior? What clues would you look for? Every journey out keeps the city alive. How does a city in darkness coordinate its complex tasks? How does one ant tell her sisters exactly where food is? Through a language we cannot hear, chemicals called pheromones. On her return, she lays a scented trail home. The stronger the scent, the richer the reward. Each recruit reinforces the trail, building a superhighway of scent. Pheromones also carry identity, a unique colony odor. That scent is a passport. The wrong signature triggers instant aggression. When danger hits, alarm chemicals spread like wildfire through tunnels. Different compounds cue attack or orderly evacuation. Through scent alone, ants achieve astonishing coordination. Pop quiz, not a test. Have you ever watched ants suddenly speed up? You may have witnessed an alarm signal, and when the food is gone, the message fades. The city adapts in minutes, a silent language perfectly tuned for life underground. An ant nest is a climate-controlled city built by thousands. Workers dig, clip, and carry away soil, one grain at a time. Small actions combine into vast networks of chambers and highways. Architecture that breathes. Passive ventilation refreshes the city. Entrances are fortified and actively managed. Deep inside, royal rooms for the queen. Chambers for eggs, larvae, and pupae, each with tuned temperature and moisture. Other chambers are pantries for seeds, nectar, and prey. Cemeteries and latrines keep disease at bay. Hot, stale air rises and exits high. Cool air flows in below. Not all cities are underground. Weaver ants bind leaves into nests high in the canopy. They use larval silk as living thread to stitch leaves shut, a masterpiece of collaborative construction. What nest details surprised you most? Ventilation, pantries, or arboreal weaving? Ant cities redefine what tiny architects can achieve. The ant world is astoundingly diverse. Over 12,000 species. Beyond the black ant lies a spectrum of specialists. Consider the fearsome army ants, nomadic predators without permanent nests. They form marching swarms of millions, consuming nearly every creature in their path. At night, they build a bivouac, linking bodies to shelter queen and brood. In deserts, honeypot ants turn workers into living larders. Repletes hang from ceilings, releasing stored nectar when nestmates ask. The Sahara Desert ant forages at peak heat to avoid predators. It uses the sun as a compass and counts its steps to compute a direct path home. Some ants raid and enslave. A parasitic queen kills the resident queen and mimics her scent. Tricked by chemistry, the host raises the invader's young. Slave makers raid nearby colonies, hauling back brood as future labor. A grim strategy, and a powerful lesson in chemical deception. Which specialist blew your mind? Army ants, honeypots, desert navigators, or slave makers? Ant evolution has produced solutions for nearly every habitat on Earth. Among the most astonishing specialists are leaf cutters, farmers of the Americas. They do not eat the leaves. They harvest them for a different purpose. Inside enormous nests, the farming begins. Leaves are chewed into a nutrient-rich compost. On this, a special fungus grows, the colony's staple food. They weed and tend their gardens meticulously. Antimicrobial secretions act as natural pesticides. Farms are staggered across chambers to ensure steady harvests. New queens carry a starter culture to seed fresh gardens. Food is grown, harvested, and shared with precision. This is domestication, a superorganism cultivating another species. Ant agriculture predates ours by tens of millions of years. Spot leafcutters near you? Look for moving green flags at dusk along forest edges. Tiny farmers, vast orchards, all underground. As we delve deeper with Jar of Ants, we can't help but see reflections of ourselves. Crowded cities, division of labor, cooperative construction, and organized warfare. Do their systems offer lessons for our organizations? What is an individual in a superorganism? A worker's life is secondary to the colony. A challenging idea for us. Perhaps a colony is one sprawling being, with the queen as its reproductive heart. Ants model efficiency and sustainability. They practice agriculture in balance with their environment. We struggle with waste and depletion. What can we learn from their design? Their nest architecture hints at principles for healthier cities, but their world is also rigid and brutal. Question: which ant behavior should humans emulate, and which should we reject? Our journey is drawing to a close, from sunlit lawns to dark, bustling avenues below. We met the queen, the tireless workers who build, feed, and defend. We learned their silent language of chemicals. We saw astonishing diversity and ingenious survival strategies. Farmers, living pantries, navigators of the furnace sands. Their cooperation and problem-solving inspire and challenge us. Next time you see an ant, pause. Remember the hidden city and the millions of sisters it represents. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more amazing science stories.